everybody, welcome. We are here on our YouTube channel. It's a brand new channel, and the idea is that we're going to be bringing you videos over the coming months, years, as long as we possibly can, to help you become a better VA if you're already one, or if you're not a VA and you're wondering, does it work? Is it real? Can you achieve great things? We have a team that really are. So we're going to be introducing them to you over time. Today, I'm sitting here with the amazing Diane. Hello, Diane.
Anton.
Hello. She's amazing. We met, how long ago do you think it was? You're better with these.
I think we've met 9 years ago, solid
Wow.
9 years.
9 years ago. And we met the way that I recall it is I think I met you through a recruiting kind of agency or a company. You were going to come in, you were going to work on the floor full time, and I was hiring seats. It was going to be a very expensive proposition. We did meet, we did try it for a while, and then it didn't work out, right?
Yeah. I was like, it was my first time to go out to Manila, and then I was struggling to find a work.
Right.
Yeah. And then here you go, I met this guy, Anton. He was just walking in the hallway, and then I said, hey, is there any hiring or something? Then, yeah, I think there's that spark, a click. Yeah.
Yeah. So we met, and then we hired 2 more people, as far as I recall, as well.
Yeah.
And they weren't like there was something different about you. That's what I remember. There's something different about you. And I remember that they were really struggling. They were coming into work super tired. They were sleeping at their desks. And you were quickly elevating into a leadership position. Like, one of the things I really loved about you was how much you were just you wanted this to work. Like, I had the experience with them that they were trying to maybe just get paid and go home. You know what I mean? You wanted something to really work.
Yes.
And we ended up moving to a business model where you work from home.
Yeah.
So what was the difference like in going from going into a place to work every day versus moving and working from home?
Yeah, actually before, like 9 years ago, everything was a struggle for me. Like doing the commuting. Like I gonna wake up at like 4 a.m. And then 4 a.m. and then I'll be there at 7. Then in the afternoon after work, gonna travel again, and the traffic's like super heavy. It's like gonna stay
3 hours.
3 hours, 2 hours, but yeah, it was really a struggle. And then I'm away from my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can you plan for that? Like, if you've got a 3-hour commute to work, or some days it's 1 hour, some days it's 3, how do you plan for that?
Actually, I just go with the flow, and there's no real plan about it. I really want to end it up. Like, I don't want to stay in this kind of situation.
Right. Okay. And do you think a lot of people who commute feel that way?
Yeah, there's a lot. I know a lot of people who experience the same as I.
Okay. So the goal was, and probably for a lot of other people in the Philippines and other kind of countries, I guess, with similar road structures, I'm going to say, like, your roads are just so congested.
Yeah.
It's like, I've never seen anything like your roads, and I've traveled a fair bit, and I know that, that like, does it get easier? Like, okay, you live here. Does it get easier for you to be on these roads, or is it always something you really have to consider, is how heavy the traffic is?
Yeah, we always need to consider the traffic. It's every day.
Okay. Okay. So when you discovered that you could work from home, did you think it was going to work out?
At first, no. I just risk it. Like,
Yeah.
I just have this trust that it's gonna work.
Okay. You took a risk.
Yeah, took a risk.
Took a risk. We've all taken risk. I took a risk as well.
And I think you're that serious that time. So like, should I go for it or not?
Yeah. Yes. Like, it's good that you say that. Like, it's not that I wasn't serious. I just didn't know how to make it work. And I didn't. And so I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, trying to make this thing work. But yeah, you took a risk. I'd already taken a risk.
Yeah.
I'd already taken a risk by hiring the 3 of you at the start. And I had already spent a lot of money, and it wasn't really working. That was when I remembered. But then we tried to cut costs, basically, and move home. And we didn't know it at the time, but we were solving this commuting problem for you. We were solving the financial costs, because renting a seat in one of these BPO companies, I was at least $2,000 to $3,000 a month before you even put the person in the seat as well. So that's like computer, office rent, all of these sorts of things. And all of a sudden, the hourly rates are getting to the point where people could do it locally, so it wasn't working. So we became more competitive. We're giving much more money to the actual VA now. And so is this model working for you now?
100% it did.
Yeah.
It changed my life a lot. Like, I thought I'm just gonna be a VA forever.
Yeah.
But there comes a time that, like, I wanted to have my own business. And yeah, everything is working because we already started our own business. And at the same time, I'm still a VA.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So another good thing about it, like a VA company, if it's the right company or anyone you're working for, is probably going to at some point encourage you to have a side hustle. Because why not? You know, we all want to grow and explore things. And if your company's trying to hang on to you and force you to just do things only for them, it's a red flag to me. You know, it's a red flag. So
that's why I left this company, because you can do everything you want. There's no like barriers to it.
Yeah. Now let's not talk rates on here, but I want, like, one of the reasons why we're doing this YouTube channel is because we're trying to show people that VAs are real.
Yeah.
But in percentages, like, I know that you're quite highly paid. Like, I see your wage.
Yeah.
And as I said, we're not going to talk the actual numbers on this channel, but I would say that you are like in a high percentage of people pay brackets for work in the Philippines, like for this sort of work. So you went from VA to like a leadership role, bigger leadership role, and now you're leading the whole team. So you're leading up to 100 staff, depending on what's happening across the world, India, other time zones, all these places. So, and you are the second in charge, right? So it is something that is real. It's definitely very doable. Like, you've been putting in the time. You've been 9 years, right? 9 years. So 9 years is what it takes to build a serious career. But now you are a high-level manager. Like, if you were to leave tomorrow and go somewhere else, A, I'd give you the biggest, most glowing reference ever. But B, you've actually got all the skills that you need in order to run a business. You could start a business, run the business, market the business. You could do sales in the business. Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like we've gotten most, like, what else? What would you say is the most important thing, or that you've learned out of the VA journey so far?
For me, I think you need to be committed to get it started. Because if you're not committed, even though you have all the skills, you won't be a successful VA.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we've seen that actually. We have a recruiting division, and the amount of people who come in with great resumes, but they just don't seem to get the momentum is definitely something we're always dealing with. One of the reasons why we're starting this channel, because we're looking for those people. If you're a person, like, actually they say hire for attitude, train for results. That's right. So the attitudes that are going to make it are the ones who are committed. And actually surrounding us in this room right now is a whole bunch of really committed people. So we're going to make a bunch of videos.
Make some noise, guys.
That's right. That's awesome. So yeah, we're gonna slowly introduce you to all of these people who've proven that this works. So you can categorically say this model, the VA model, works.
Yes, 100%. It does work personally, financially, and then everything.
Wow, that's amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the channel today.
Is it VA?